now live. Okay, this is a whole new universe of things that we're all doing, and I hope everybody is doing well. I just wanted to kind of poke my head up and say hello and see what ideas you guys have for how we can all stay connected. One idea that I did have is that because we all have to worry about rights too. Like we all want to say, oh yes, let's all read a story together, but then you get sued by a publisher. I have the rights to my own book, so I was thinking that maybe for the people who are stuck at home with little kids, we could do a live book reading and see what you guys think of that. So let's try to, let me know what you think, what good times are and things like that, and we'll set that up. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about social distancing because I think it is so important that we really get this message out. I'm discovering that a lot of people are taking this really, really casually, including some people that are in high-risk groups, like some of my mother's cohort who are in their 70s, who have been traveling, who have been sick, and they're out in the world just doing things with people and going to the shops and working and in crowded places. And I think we all just have to really take a step back and realize that if we do this well and if we do this right, it will shorten the amount of time that we have to go through this difficulty and the worst of it. And so I'm going to post a link to an article about social distancing that I thought was really good because for myself as well, I was a little bit confused about to what degree we were supposed to be isolating. And my policy has been that we are generally staying home. I'm keeping my kids home. They have been allowed to go outside a little bit, but they have to be like, let me tell you how far, at least 2 meters from anybody. Yesterday, it was cute. There was my kids sitting on our front sidewalk and their friends sitting across the street, and they spent like an hour talking that way. So anyhow, this is what I'm understanding about social distance. We should all be social distancing right now. That doesn't mean that we should be isolating. You should isolate if you're in a group that is at risk. If you are symptomatic for any of these things, if you have a cough, you have a fever, please stay home. If you are positive for COVID-19, I have some anecdotal evidence that someone in our immediate crowd has a mother who is presumptive and they're just out in the world. You cannot do that. You have a responsibility to yourself and to your other citizens to stay home if you are symptomatic. If you have returned from travel, please stay home, okay? And also, if you have been in contact with somebody who has tested positive or who is symptomatic. If you're high risk, call your mom who is 70 and say, Mom, stay home. Make sure you check in on these people because it's going to be a difficult time, particularly for people who are home alone, who don't have a partner. So let's just try to lift the spirits of those people and make sure that they understand that they really do need to stay home. People who have underlying health conditions, people who are 70 and over, they're at the most risk. And, that sort of brings me to this other topic, which is people are saying, oh, well, it's just like a flu. It's no big deal. I think a lot of medical professionals at this point are looking back and saying, we made a mistake comparing it to that. We sort of made people feel less afraid. Yes, I think the illness itself, by and large, although not exclusively, there are 34-year-olds, 40-year-old healthy people who are deeply, deeply sick or who have died from this. So it's not just the vulnerable populations. But yes, I understand that what people are saying is, oh, well, it's just like a flu. It's no big deal. To some degree, I understand that that's true. The problem is when 100,000 people get the flu at once, we do not have the capacity in our medical system to handle the numbers of people. And that's, I think, has been one of the problems in Italy and some other places that are really suffering. And so it's about the curve. I know you guys keep hearing about flattening the curve. What we're talking about is, yes, the illness itself might not necessarily be that bad, but it's the rate at which it spreads to other people. And if 100,000 people get sick at the same time, we just do not have the capacity to care for those people. And then who do we pick? If it's your mom or your grandma or grandpa who's sick and there's, a 35-year-old woman who's got 2 little kids, who do they pick? We don't want to have to pick between people. So if we all just make our own efforts at this, at social distancing and doing our best to stay connected how we can, we really can impact the length of this difficult time. Let me tell you, governments do not shut down schools for nothing. They do not push back tax dates for funsies. This is really, really serious, and we have to take it seriously. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Yes, go outside, go for a walk, take your kids out, make sure they're getting some energy out. We are lucky we have a trampoline so they can go and jump on that. If you do go to a park, keep your distance. Really, it's more than an arm's length. It's really more like 2 arms lengths apart. And So that's everything. I want to just say a shout out to everybody in Italy. Non ci posso credere qui. That's about as far as my Italian is so bad now because I kept getting it confused with Spanish. But I can't believe what's happening for you. And I just say, Forte Italia, I think is how I say that. Just stay strong. We are all, giving you a big abbraccio from afar. And also pour mes amis en France, je suis tellement triste. Ça me rend vraiment triste de savoir que c'est si difficile en France aussi. Je vous aime tellement et j'espère qu'on se verra assez bientôt en France. Okay? Let me have a look at some of your hairdryer on your face. What? I don't know what that was. I don't know anything about hairdryers. Some questions. Let's have a look at what this is. My Italian, oh goodness. Tu vas bien? Oui, je vais bien, merci. Oui, pas mal. What fandom? How are you? I'm doing well. I was really, really sick and it was worrisome. And I have I was hospitalized for a lung infection in the last several years ago. But they have told me that I will always have some difficulties if I get any lung infection again. So for me, this is scary. And it's one of the reasons why I'm taking it really seriously. And let's see what some more questions are. I don't know how to do this. Go live with. Oh, I don't know how to do that stuff either. Hi. This is all new for me. It's going to be really fun when I go to try to do the story time live. Saying hi in quarantine. It's Sarnia. Hi. Hometown. Hey, Sarnia people, just so that you know, my brother owns Twisted Arm and they have amazing, great food. As far as I understand, they've had to close the restaurant for coming and sitting and eating in, but they are doing delivery now, which I don't think they were doing previously. So help support small businesses how you can. And if you're feeling in the mood for some good eats, you can now order them from my brother's restaurant, Twisted Arm in Sarnia. So there you go. Do I have any recommendations of lighthearted things to watch or listen to? I don't know. I just crushed the 2 seasons of Succession and gosh, it is so good. And part of the reason why I think for me it stressed me out because it was such a stressful situation for these people, but it's problems that will never ever happen to me. So it was a little bit easier to handle that way. Other lighthearted things, I don't know. I just think we got to go back to comedies and we got to just find the lightness wherever we can. Watch Magicians. It'll be on tomorrow. Tomorrow? What day is today? I don't even know what day today is. Maybe is today's Wednesday? It's today. See? This is a problem. I think today's Wednesday. So watch Magicians tonight. There. That's light for you. I think it's the last episode too. Okay. Let's see. How long do we keep doing this? How long are people going to watch this? Would you read stories written by fans? Oh, I haven't thought of that. I could do that. Yeah. Why not? Let's see. Lock and Key. I tried that one. I didn't really love it, I have to say. Plus, I auditioned for it and they didn't hire me. So, schools haven't closed like this in 100 years. So, yeah, kind of nervous. Yeah, me too. I've got 2 school-age kids, one of whom is about to have her 13th birthday, which is most likely going to be canceled. But I'm going to secretly do something with you guys for her. Shh. Don't tell her. Any of you friends of hers, don't tell her. And, she's got her graduation and her senior year class trip. And I know that these are small things, but when you're 13 years old, they're big things. And I think there's a lot of young people going through that right now. Okay, do I have a dog? No, but I have a Siamese cat named Romeo, who's kind of a jerk, but he's very handsome. Oh my gosh, why won't these questions come up? Oh, because there's not questions. Oh, here's the questions. I found him. Look at this is all going well. Hello from Romania. Hi. It's Wednesday. Yes, thank you. What about binge watching Charmed or Pretty Little Liars? Sure, why not? Isn't Pretty Little Liars, isn't Sophia Carson on that? I can't remember. Charmed is Sarah Jeffries, so if you're Descendants fans, those seem like good things. How do I get rid of this question now? Tu vas venir en France? Je sais pas. Plenty to do with us. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to read these questions. Here's one. What was my favorite season on Once? I honestly, I think my favorite season was the first season. I just thought it had a flavor that was not the same in the later seasons, a little bit in the beginning of season 2. For me, those were my favorite, were the early seasons. Season 6 I liked too, because I got to be there a lot. I liked that one. Okay, what do I do here? Currently binge watching Once Upon a Time. Why not? There's 7 seasons. That'll keep you busy for a while. And really, it's light. I think one of the reasons why people loved Once Upon a Time in the first place is that, they weren't talking about your mortgage and they weren't talking about, I don't know, like your cell phone bill and all that kind of stuff. It was, generally speaking, it's a lighthearted show. I'm just looking at my manicure. I'm like, oh my God, in a couple of weeks when we get out of this thing, like I'm going to have roots out to here, and there's going to be a lot of maintenance going on at the end of this, I think. Okay, let's see what else. So if I let people into my live video, somebody explain to me what that even means. I don't know. St. Joseph School. Oh my God, that's a long time ago. Holy cow. Est-ce que tu préfères? I can't see, they're going by too fast for me to read now. When is my birthday? December. Let's not talk about it though. Why do you give such great advice? Well, I'm glad that you think that. I don't know the degree to it. I'm certainly no expert, but I have educated myself really well over the course of this, and I use sources that I believe are implicitly trustworthy, like the Center for Disease Control, the World Health Organization, and because I'm Canadian, I look to the CBC. I trust them. I trust Health Canada, and as soon as they started saying social distance, I was like, okay. Okay, are you guys getting bored of this yet? It feels like it's really long. I don't know how long we do this. I'll do more of these though. I'll keep doing them throughout this week and next week, and we're going to read a story, and I actually have a children's story for some older kids that I've had for some time that I haven't sent to publishers. I just have other 50 million projects that I'm doing that I think I'm going to maybe get you guys to draw pictures of, or I'm going to get my kids to draw pictures of, and we'll read that and have a fun time with that as well. What was it like filming Bates? Bates was one of the great experiences I had as an actor. I mean, that character was so, just the problem of that character was really fantastic as an actor, and to be able to ride that psychological line of Miss Watson and what she was doing was really great and interesting. Did I love working in Descendants? Sure. I mean, it was really great to be around these wonderful, talented kids and try to learn how to dance, however successfully. And I was just watching Dan Payne posted a video of, which is something that I'm going to do too, but my video was too long and it didn't come up. But I have some video particularly from the first movie that's just everybody dancing, and I have good memories of that. And I just remember watching the one that Dan posted and watching Cameron in particular, because, I can't not think about that young man and how I used to try to copy this one move that he did in the Bringing It Down, song. It was not terribly successful, but he did try to help me. God love him. Okay. Am I afraid of this virus? I'm more afraid of the people than the virus, because I think people are not taking it seriously, and then it goes and gets much bigger than it has to be. So the more that we really band together as humanity right now, the better we're going to do, the shorter this very difficult time is going to be. So, es-tu encore en contact avec des acteurs de Once Upon a Time? Yeah, oui, bien sûr. Oui, je parle avec Amélie et Bex et presque tout le monde. Ça dépend si on se voit sur une convention ou on se parle sur Instagram et des autres choses, mais bien sûr, même des autres émissions, on est toujours en contact. Can we go live, please? It would make my entire day, my anxiety. I don't know what that means. So what happens if I invite all these people? Somebody tell me. Go live with, I don't know, here, sure. You want to come in? I've never let people go in before. Add. Did I do it? Oh, I think it's Allison. Hi, Allison. Comment ça va?
Tu vas bien?
Oui, je vais bien. Je vais assez bien. Merci. Vous?
C'est normal que tu m'appelles?
Comment?
C'est toi qui m'as appelé?
Bah, je sais pas. Il y avait un requête. Bon, salut. Je m'en vais parce que j'ai un rendez-vous.
D'accord. Bon, du coup, je vais quitter ton Instagram.
Ok. Bonne journée. Salut. For that. I did know the word for it. I don't know it anymore. Anyhow, I send you all lots of love and healthy thoughts, and please be smart. Think not only of yourself, but of the general population, and let's just all help each other through this nutty time. And hopefully, God, I don't even know, 6 months from now, but hopefully there's going to be a time not too far in the future where we can go, oh, you remember that crazy time when we were all in lockdown? Be well, okay? I'll be back and we'll talk again soon.